And this is Mrs. MEZOVSKI from the house number 549 in MEZOVSKA Teplička, and she will show us how to make the real medovnički or honey cookies for Christmas or any other occasions that you may have. So she is going to weigh the flour first. It's a pre-sifted flour, and she is using a recipe which you can multiply at any time in the same way as she probably is doing. But in the original recipe we put a pound of flour and half a pound of icing sugar, which she will pre-sift. So she is now pre-sifting the flour so it will be air. And this is how you do it. A little bit more. So not that she needs to catch anything from the flour, but she feels that the flour from the bag is pressured together too much, and this way it will be more airy. Then she will weigh the sugar, and she has a 250 grams or half a pound of icing sugar, which she will also pre-sift and mix it together. So now we are pre-sifting the sugar. And now we have a new helper, Viktoria.
Vikinka, neukazuj toto tam, prosím ťa. Ten tvoj krám. No.
Now we have, in Slovakia you can buy a powder for the honey cookies. That's what she's using. But now in States or in Canada we don't have that. And you can take half a spoon of allspice, half a spoon of anise and half a spoon of cinnamon, and mix it together into the mixture of flour and sugar. Then she will add 1 tablespoon, actually it will be half a tablespoon of baking soda. And now she will mix the ingredients. The wet ingredients, which is the margarine, of which we have 65 grams, which is about 2 ounces or so. And we put the 2 eggs in there and also a tablespoon of rum. And basically this in one pot, in the first pot we have water which is being warmed up, and then the wet ingredients are being warmed up or taught through the hot water. Now she is putting the honey in, and the honey so we put 2 really big spoons full of honey into the mixture, and we wait until the mixture is softened up a bit, and then we will put the mixture into the dry ingredients. Now she's got a really hard honey, but it will answer and it will be just fine. After a few minutes over the heat, and the water from the second pot warms up the margarine and the wet ingredients, and then you have a mixture like this, including the honey and the rum. And then this mixture is then being put into our dry ingredients, and then they are mixed together. And now we put the wet ingredients into the dry ones, which is the mixture from the stove. Yes. Basically what she did with the flour, she made a little pool of the flour and icing sugar and the spices. And now we are going to mix the whole mixture together. Making sure nothing will escape. So now the next thing is mixing by hands. And in a few years Victoria will be making her own, right? Yes? Yes? Hey? How old are you? Koľko máš rokov?
6.
She's 6 years old. Well, you can come here. Poď sem tu. Pozeraj mamu.
Tu zmiesím všetko, pomaly to trvá dosť dlho, lebo no také lepkavé cesto.
The dough is sticky and it takes a long time to do it. Until you have the right consistency. And our little helper is now making the dough for us.
Zamúčame do tajú pečenia.
Dobre. Daj si múku na ruky, sa nebude lepiť toľko.
No dosť, musíš si do múky dať, lebo to potom sa ti nalepí. Pozor, nie na zem, hej!
So we have already a little bit on the floor.
No, dobre, Vikinka.
So now we are almost ready with the dough, which will be placed to the fridge for overnight to cool off. And you know that you have a right consistency and the right dough when the mixing plate is totally clean. So she's putting a little bit more flour
Aby sa mi to nelepilo už potom na
so it won't get sticky to the plate that you will put it in. So then this is placed on the dish and we will put it in the fridge. We have a dough here that will go to the fridge for overnight, and we already pre-made another dough that has been made yesterday, and this was just taken out of the fridge. And now I will show you how to roll it and cut out the cookies from the dough. And the only purpose, it doesn't rise, and the only purpose is for the dough to be really cold and cool off from the warm ingredients, so we leave it overnight. Now we will roll the dough to about 3/8 of an inch thick. And then we will cut out the dough through with the different forms. And our helper will try some too, little bit.
Jemne tu už len trošička, hej? Kuk. No, stačí.
We have a grease pan that has been greased and floured. And now we are going to cut out some cookies, place them in on the plate, and then bake them at 250 degrees until they are golden.
Tu hneď na pleť, poď to vytlačiť, hej? Už som si mala ale rúru zapnúť. Či aj to budeš ako? Takže...
Here is what is left from the dough, and the cookies are placed in the baking sheet, leaving lots of space because they will also become larger while baking them. So then they will go to the oven and they will be baked at 250 degrees until they become gold. We are not using anything to cover them right now. And they will be covered with the egg yolk after they are finished and still hot. While you take them out of the oven immediately, then you cover them or brush them with the egg yolk, with beaten egg yolk. This is how the honey cookies look after they come out of the oven. You may notice some of them have holes, and they are basically cut out before they are baken, and then they have been just glazed with the egg yolk mixture or a beaten egg yolk. And now we will attempt to decorate them. The decoration is made with the help of a sack like this, on which we have a hole at the end, and the cookies are decorated with a mixture of pre-sifted icing sugar, lemon, ešte čo tam je? Cukor.
Bielok.
Oh, and egg white. Okay, so you mix the egg white with the sugar and put a lemon into it, juice of a lemon to a thick consistency, and you have to work at it so it will not be running. What will happen after you decorate the cookies with this mixture, it will dry, and but it's very fragile. So now Mrs. Mezovsky will show us how she's decorating usually her work of art in honey cookies.
To len tak?
See, she's moving the cookie, and also she's working with her sack of mixture. So you're basically using the sack as a paintbrush. You do have to have a steady hand though. And you can basically make all kinds of shape and decorations, anything you want to. So you're working with dots and circles.
Počkaj. Si to natočiť.
So you can see the work is time consuming, and you gotta love it to make it.
Macie skoro koleček. Už je koniec.
No, ešte dá, keď sem čovenky.
And now this is the finished product, one of many. And now Victoria will attempt to make hers. Okay? No? Fine.
To je veľké pre teba. Či to druhé, hej?
No, Victoria is trying her own art here.
Neolizuj to. Tam nemôžeme také dávať, ako to olizuješ. Čo si?
Okay, fine. Yeah, beautiful. No, prosím. And now? Teraz ho otoč. O, ešte nie.
Čo tam ešte robíš stopku? Ešte daj voľnú večku. Trávka má aj golierik na stopke, na nôžke. Golierik urobíš. Vieš, aký je golierik? No.
Now we have a mushroom. Beautiful. Now here are finished honey cookies and decorate it. And little Victoria is decorating a wheel with a hole that can be hanged on the Christmas tree. And these cookies that have holes, they all are going to be hanged on a Christmas tree. So we're decorating a little bit more. Good.
No vidiš, hviezdičky ti idú najlepšie.
So Victoria is still finishing her little star there. And she did this one over there, the bell. And she did the mushroom. And I did the heart. That is my creation, very simple. And then Mom made the sleigh with Rudolph, but he doesn't have the red nose. And you can see how nicely you can decorate it if you know how. And then we have 2 bells that can be hanged on the Christmas tree as well. So, and this is how at MEZOVSKI family they make the honey cookies.